Trading shots, Slasher, he's able to drop 55. Epsilon can't win anything. Evil Geniuses may be heating up, and then the final playoff spot in Division B. All that's going to be discussed. I'm Rich Campbell and the players, Maven and Benson. Guys, let's kick this off. Austin Slasher Liddycoat was an absolute god last Thursday when he dropped 55 kills on London Docks Hardpoint. Yeah, you heard me correct, 55 kills, and now he has the record for the most kills in World War II, and it certainly ranks as one of the best performances in CWL history, which is why Maven and Benson, we're going to kick things off with this question. Slasher's 55 kill game, is it the greatest single map performance of all time? Benson, you won last week, so you get to start us off.
Thanks, Rich. Greatest performance of all time? That's tough. That's tough. Definitely best performance in World War II by far. I mean, we're talking about 55 kills. What was it? 9 doubles, 4 triple kills in that streak. But when we talk about best performance of all time, big games like Crim's 20 kills search and destroy game, Karma on the ridiculous streak. I think it was like 18 back in Black Ops 2. There's been some very, very historical games in the past, so I don't think I can give it all time, but take nothing away from what Slasher did. He dropped serious numbers. He basically looked at his teammates dead in the eye and went, don't worry, boys, we're winning this map.
For some reason, it just didn't feel good for me. You heard the interview afterwards in which he was like, Slasher was disgusted with the fact he needed to do that. Envy has come up from their top 4 performance just looking like trash in the past week. They did not look good at all. The fact he had to drop 55, if he doesn't feel good about it, why should we feel really good about it? Like, you saw Gunless drop 52 on London Docks in the grand final. That was incredible. That was a winning team. I don't know why, but for some reason, the 55, like, you also had Hookah plus 15. The two of them were plus 48 together. And it still just didn't feel good. I don't know if it's just the interview or the way Slasher responded to it, but for some reason, I just don't even rank it anywhere near, like, a top performance all time.
Okay, you have to put it somewhere near all time. We're talking about a single... But why? We're talking about a player.
It just didn't feel.
Carry.
It just didn't feel good, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but the interview with him afterwards, like, his face, like, he looked distraught. He's like, why did I need to do that?
That's the envy that we know and love, though, right? Every time they lose a map, they yell at each other. They're trying to improve as quickly as they can. He dropped 55 kills. That is a land record in World War II, and it probably isn't going to be beaten for the rest of the year, period.
I'm more impressed by Gunless's 52 in the grand final.
Yeah, but Maven, a little bit more than just, like, you keep saying it didn't feel good. What else is it about it that's not going to make you pit it as one of the best performances of all time?
I guess just the fact, like, how it happened. The fact that Envy had been losing all these series they shouldn't, and they get a map behind the 55 kill performance.
Which surely that makes it even sweeter, no? Like, they're losing all of these maps, and Slasher says, hard carry time.
It didn't feel that crazy for me. Like, I'll take Gunless's 52, honestly.
All right, you know what? I'm going to end you both there. Nice little warm-up under our belt. Honestly, Maven, I'm more on your side, but I'm not going to give you any points because you argued it absolutely terribly. I'm going to give points over to Ben's side. I think
don't deserve them.
You really don't. I think the big thing is if you put things into the scope and look at it, yes, these kills matter a little bit less than things that we've seen up on maybe the stage of Worlds. But, Ben, I'm going to give you the points for the argument. I'm going to give you 2 points to start things off, and now we can jump into Search or Destroy. Epsilon has been the worst team in the CWL Pro League. It's not even close. 7 map wins and 33 map losses. We crunched the numbers before we jumped into trading shots. 17.5% map win percentage. That equates to 0 wins and 11 losses. It just hasn't been going Epsilon's way. They're awful. So here's the scenario, offense or defense. Epsilon will not win a single match. Ben, I'm going to let you start again because you got the first bit of points.
Thanks, Rich. I'll go on the offensive here. Absolutely, they will. Disregard the first 2 weeks. A team change comes through, right? So the first 2 weeks are completely irrelevant. Now you have a squad of 4 trying to get used to each other, trying to understand how each other play. Reedy's performances in Search and Destroy specifically have been phenomenal. Take nothing away from this young man. They're taking searches 6-1, 6-0. They're making it look easy. And if you're holding your searches, it's going to be a matter of time before they steal a respawn. I'm telling you right now, they will play spoiler, and the team they beat will not guarantee their spot at playoffs or even fifth. All right,
got to cut you off there. Maven, your turn.
I'm going to go on defense. Ben, your argument included Reedy. Reedy has yet to win a match in the Call of Duty World League Pro League. He went 0-18 in map count with Elevate last year. So I don't know what special sauce you think he's provided to this team, but I don't think it's going to help. This team is not good. they might be good 3 months from now. And if they are, that would blow my mind. But they are not winning a series. They're simply not good enough to win a series. They look awful. They have a couple good maps here and there. But if you think Reedy's the savior, Ben, that's about the dumbest argument that I've ever heard.
All right, you're going to be able to do it just in time. And you know what? 2 points to Maven.
Thank you, Rich.
I mean, look, they're awful, and then you throw on another player that wasn't able to win. I think that's case closed.
Different game, different year.
Case closed. Case closed. History. I mean, you can learn a lot from it, folks. And with that, we're going to move on to our last topic of Search or Destroy. And we're going to get to debate evil geniuses a little bit. EG on paper with that roster is full of talent. And we've been waiting for them to make their move and show their potential. And it looks like we're starting to maybe see it. Last week, EG finished the week with wins over LG and Envy, two of the top teams in Division B, and a loss to FaZe. So here we go, boys. Offense or defense? Evil Geniuses Resurgence. Maven, it's your turn to start.
I'm going to go on offense. I mean, I don't know what your definition of resurgence is here, but this is a team that needed a miracle run at NOLA to get into the Pro League. They're going to need another run here to try and get top 4. I'm not sold yet. I think this is a team that I have somewhere finishing around your top 12 at majors, top 8 if they have a good run. They're all right. I haven't seen anything that makes me think otherwise. LG, they had nothing to play for. EG had everything to play for. LG's been working on widening their map pool. I don't think that win was all that impressive, to be honest. Not that shocking.
Cool. Yeah, Benson, go ahead, jump in.
I'm going to go defense. And I think there's a couple of key things to note here with EG. Yes, you can look at their recent performances and say, oh, well, you know, they haven't been the best. True, right? But they're going through a role swap, first of all. Nameless going back to main AR is going to be huge. You have Enable who's maybe playing a little too quick, now feeling a little bit more comfortable. This team is going to grow and grow and grow. They're going to improve over time as well. The real big key for me for success is going to be App. He's been going back to that old school boots on the ground App that we know and love. Fast paced, dropping big numbers. I think EG, their resurgence could be real. They look good to make a top 4.
You know what? I'm just going to give points to Maven here. I'm going to give Maven 2 points, and I'm going to hope that we get to talk about some more relevant teams in the finals. Search or Destroy, we're just talking about completely irrelevant teams. It's close entering the grand finals right now. Maven with 4 points, Benson with 2. And we are also entering the last week of the regular season of Stage 1 Division B, and we have a tight race between the 4th and 7th spots. Safe to assume Luminosity, FaZe Clan, and Team Envious are safe for the playoffs, but as we look at the standings, Evil Geniuses hold the tiebreaker over Unilad for the final spot. But Splice and E United, they're not too far behind. Splice is 1 game behind, and E United is 2 games behind. Prediction time, boys, and make it good. Who is going to be the team to take that final spot and compete in the Stage 1 playoffs? Maven, since you do have that lead, we'll let you start off the finals.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell you what, I don't believe in, I don't even know what the word resurgence means in that last Search and Destroy, but I didn't really believe in, you know, some super ceiling for this Evil Geniuses team, but I do think they're going to get 4th. The main thing is just schedule. They already played LG, FaZe, and Envy last week, so they have the easiest schedule going forward. Really, they just have to handle business. Beat teams they're supposed to beat, and I don't think it is some superior play from EG. I just think United's in bad form. Splice is in bad form. Unilad, only the team that I think really could impress, but they've got a much tougher schedule.
All right, Benson.
Interesting thoughts, considering, yeah, like you said, you didn't really believe in the EG resurgence. Kind of, I thought, honestly, you would have bashed EG in that segment.
I think they can beat teams like Epsilon.
I mean, I think every team should be Epsilon, but like I mentioned earlier, Epsilon is going to play spoiler, right? It's going to happen. And I think Epsilon plays spoiler more than likely against one of those teams fighting for their top 4 playoff spots. So for me, who's going to take it? I look at Unilad or E United. Now, E United is a bit of a long stretch, I think it's fair to say, but if RCs can carry on clutching up in 1v3s, 1v2s in Search, they're going to get some more series under their belt. For me, this now comes down to Unilad. Are you going to choke? For me, it's on them, right? If they start throwing away series...
I mean, it's on EG.
No,
they're currently in the 4th spot with the easier schedule.
I don't think EG is going to be able to clutch up.
Okay.
Simply put, I think this is on Unilad. It is their spot. It has Unilad written on it for me.
No matter what, this week's going to be nuts. I mean, that's the big thing. Like, the end of Division B is going to be crazy. There are 4 teams that can fight for it. I think it's going to be EG, but honestly, I don't care. As long as it comes down to some crazy dramatic finish with somebody having the opportunity to play spoiler or somebody having the opportunity to jump somebody, that's all I care about. And I think we almost are guaranteed that. Like, something crazy is going to go down this way.
Right. I mean, you have 3 days left, right?
Yeah.
First day, nothing's really going to be decided. It's just going to set the stage for day 2.
So you're Unilad?
I'm going Unilad.
All right. I'm EG.
Gentlemen, well fought on both ends. Benson, I'm going to stand with the team that you're defending, I'm going to give you 3 points. It's going to thrust you into the lead. But Maven,
There's a but.
I got to give you 2 points because your argument's sound. It's sound looking at the schedule right now. E.g., they don't have to do anything but not screw up.
Thank you, Rich.
I'm going to give you the 2 points.
You appreciate greatness.
All right, go ahead. Put on your A40 Astro Gaming headsets because it's time now for the Smack Talk Winner's Circle presented by Astro Gaming. Your 30 seconds, Maven, they start now.
Rich, how do you possibly dress worse and worse every episode? A couple weeks back, you looked like an 8-year-old whose mother dressed him for Catholic school. Now you look like you went out in an alley in New York City, found a dumpster, and took clothes out of it. You look like an idiot every single week, and I don't understand. Like, are these clothes free? Do you steal them? Are they in trash bags?
All right, Clint, that's going to do it for your 30 seconds. Shots were traded and CWL was debated. We're looking forward to the final.
Rich, are you crying?
I'm surprised you didn't mention him losing his voice.
Oh, that's right. One more thing I want to add on. Rich wasn't at the Pro League last week because he lost his voice. His only job is to have a voice and show up. Okay, Rich, back to you.
I left it all out on the court. We're looking forward to the final weeks of the CWL Pro League. Be sure to tune in for Benson and Maven. I'm Rich. GG's to everyone.